Oh, I got my Oscar. It says Michael Voris 2017 Right-Wing Media Empire, and it was a joke. I had some early to midlife confusions.
Most of my years in my 30s, I lived a life of live-in relationships with homosexual men. In a large portion of my 20s, I also had frequent sexual liaisons with.
When I was 19 and kind of started a life of, I guess you could say, sin, Michael went through similar things. So for me, it was that light of hope, like you can overcome this.
My mother had a mental illness. She was bipolar. Everything in the environment revolves around that mental illness. I wound up believing my parents didn't love me. I left home, I got into a career that I did really well in, and opportunities just presented themselves. I wasn't sure of who I was. My return to the faith began when I found out my mother's cancer had returned just a few months after the original operation. Stage 4, he got a couple months left to live. And then in the middle of that, I get a call from my sister-in-law that my brother just suddenly died of a heart attack at 48. And I was like, whoa, this all comes to an end. Despite my mom's mental illness and everything, we were extremely close. She was a beautiful, loving, caring woman. And she said to me one day, about 3 months before she died, she said, I never believed that you were homosexual or gay. I believed that you were acting out in response to the fact of how I had created this situation at home, that you didn't know how to deal with it. And boy, that was the hammer. We're all going to die. Where is this soul in front of you going to spend eternity? The old Michael Voris was a lustful, prideful, confused, acting on hurt and sense of victim and all that business. The new Michael Voris, or the new man, is somebody who is now dedicated to helping other people realize that there is no limit to God.
Preserve and protect all the young people drawn to our apostolate from all the deceptions of the enemies. Most sweet heart of Mary, be my salvation.
It's impossible to do enough to save souls until you've drawn your last breath.